Hello! It is time for another monthly favorites. I've been a little MIA this summer. If you follow on Instagram, you would know, and I also wrote this on my blog, that I was in Wisconsin and Illinois for a couple weeks in July. My sister got married, which was, amazing. So I've been just a little bit scattered, therefore behind on a lot, including my monthly favorites videos. So what's the month? July. We're doing a monthly look back at, I'm kind of doing my favorites from June and July. How about that? You cool with that? Good. I'll try and get back on a regular schedule come August, but I found a couple of favorite things. A couple of things were picked up while I was in Wisconsin, Illinois. So some beauty products that I got excited about. So it's kind of a midsummer look at things I've been loving. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab and chat. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Pencil in Pillow Talk. This is like an iconic shade from her. You can find Charlotte Tilbury products on her website or at Nordstrom. They're amazing. I have two of her full face palettes that are incredible. Oh, some of my favorites, like amazing products. Other than that, I've tried her Magic Foundation, which was really great, and I think off the top of my head that was kind of it. I've been very tempted by her blushes, but I haven't tried any of those yet. Except the ones that came in those palettes that I have. However, I got a mailing from Charlotte Tilbury, just kind of a PR kit, just promoting some of their items. And in it was this lip cheat in Pillow Talk, like I said. This is what I'm wearing all over my lips today. I didn't have the lipstick, so I just put this on everything. The color is really pretty. As soon as I saw it in the pencil, I thought, that's gonna be great. It's a little bit darker than what I typically wear in the summertime, but I love how neutral and soft it is. I think it's one of those shades that works on everybody. So I like using the lip pencil as lip color because it lasts forever. It's pretty matte. It feels like a touch dry just because it's lip pencil, so I would maybe top it with some of the Bite Agave lip treatment or chapstick or anything you want to just kind of put on top of your lips for extra shine. But been loving this for sure. I'm excited to try more of her products. In fact, I have another one in this favorites roundup, but let me grab the next thing in line. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. I also got this in a mailing from the brand. No strings attached, didn't have to talk about it, didn't have to like it, obviously, but I really do. Smashbox is kind of known for their primers. They have a whole range depending on like very specific skin needs. But to be honest, I hadn't ever found one that I really loved. However, we're in the dead of summer here. I'm in North Carolina. The humidity is crazy, as it is every summer. And I've really wanted a primer that I loved for just different things I had going on. I ended up using a different primer because I didn't have this one yet for my sister's wedding day. That worked really well. Oh, and I'm realizing I forgot to grab it, but I'll talk about it. But this Smashbox Primerizer is the most light feeling primer on my skin I've ever used. And it worked really well about helping the makeup hold up. So I can't say it's like super moisturizing. It's called Primerizer because it's a primer and a moisturizer together. It's not super moisturizing. However, I think I'm looking for that like really dewy feel of a heavy moisturizer on my dry skin. It doesn't deliver that, but I don't think you would want it to anyway because then it might melt your makeup off a little bit more than you want to because it's also a primer. Did that sentence make sense? I hope it did. So it does both things well, doesn't feel heavy on the skin at all. Would recommend trying it if you're looking for a hydrating primer that feels like nothing but works. I know I have mentioned this Revlon cream eyeshadow, but I have to tell you again because I've been wearing it non-stop. It's a cream eyeshadow. It comes with a little brush that I don't use. I just use my finger. The shade is 715. I think it has a name. In fact, it does not. It's just the Revlon Color Stay Cream Eyeshadow in 715, 715. Wonderful color, like perfect neutral brown. If I'm ever in a rush or just doing like quick, easy makeup, if I need to do my makeup fast for anything, but I want my eyes to look defined, I need to do like eyeshadow and crease color. I can't just get away with mascara. My eyes will totally disappear. This is a great color. Anyone could wear this color. I've been wearing it a ton. So definitely a favorite for the midsummer. And honestly, from the day I bought it, which was however many months ago. Good. And it's drugstore, so that's a win too. I have to chime in with the Laura Mercier one I wore on my sister's wedding day. My makeup didn't move. I did a post already about how I was going to do my makeup for my sister's wedding, so I'll link that in the blog post where this video is going to live. So if you're watching on YouTube, just head on over to blog to find all the links to the products I mentioned, and then a link to that blog post. But this is the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer. It's oil-free. I just picked up the sample size of it at the Sephora checkout line, which is like the hardest place to be ever. Because all of those samples are just like, buy me, I'm sample size. And then you look at the price, you're like, this isn't like all that much cheaper because you're getting a good amount of it. Like this is not that much smaller than just the standard tube of the primer, but it's really good. This feels a little bit silkier than that Smashbox Primerize I just talked about, but also works really well. Between the two, I can't say I have a favorite yet just because I haven't dabbled with both of them for a long period of time, but I will do that this summer and maybe try and do like a versus blog post, like this versus this, which one won. But this is also oil-free, so it doesn't, I probably could have used one that has oil in it because my skin's dry, even in the humidity, but this is what was there and I wanted to try it, so it's good. The foundation I'm wearing today, and one that I've really enjoyed, is this new one by Smashbox. This also came in a PR kit. Sorry there's a lot of that in this video. I came back from being gone for a couple weeks and just had a lot of samples waiting for me. But what's cool about that is I get to try it all and tell you the good stuff. So I really like this foundation. When I opened it, I was like, oh, stick foundation, not my favorite. Usually a little bit oily to me, and I don't know, I'm used to my Arbonne Perfecting Liquid Foundation. That's just my fave, or the IT Cosmetics CC+. Those are just what I go to. So stick is not, I'm not naturally inclined to be like, stick foundation, yay. But I was intrigued, and I thought maybe I'd give it a try to let you know if it's good, if you were also intrigued by this. It has two colors in it. One is the normal foundation color, and then the other side is the contour shade. So, contouring, been cool for a long time, got popular last year, 2 years ago, maybe? Anyway, it has a foundation side, soft contour. So you apply the stick wherever you would, like you would apply the foundation wherever you wear foundation, and then you would take the stick side, or the contour side, and put the contour where you would contour normally. I typically use powder contours. That's my favorite thing to work with, but I really loved the way this blended. There is a whole range of shades too, which is really nice, like from 0.5 to 1 to 1.5 to 2 to 2.5, so you can really specify exactly what your skin color is. I did a blog post about this. I probably used a shade that was slightly too warm, so this shade and the one I'm wearing is shade 1. Fairly certain I used 1.5 in that tutorial, and it was just like slightly too warm. This I felt like looked a little light, but as it's sort of worn, I feel like it looks pretty good for my coloring right now, which is a little bit more tan than usual because it's summer. But I love the way it wears. So today I used that Primerize by Smashbox and then this foundation. Good mixed together. I've been really pleased with it. Two sunscreens I've been loving are this one and this one. Totally different kinds, but this one is really cool. I'm excited to tell you about this. It's great. The one though, if I'm not wearing any makeup or if I know I'm going to be out in the sun for a long time, I will put on this La Roche-Posay Clear Skin Soft Dry Touch Sunscreen. It has an SPF of 60 and it's made for the face. I did get this in a PR kit. It's not sponsored, but anyway, it's wonderful. I saw it, and to be honest, I saw it and I saw so many words in the packaging and I'm like, just what is it? But it's oil-free. It's 60 SPF, which is great, and it has not made my skin break out. It doesn't look white or chalky or anything. I have not worn this under makeup, but I've just worn this on my skin when I'm going to be out in a pool or just out in the sun at all, and I love it. Great sunblock. Another option to put on top of makeup or to use just on your skin without makeup, but I've been using it on top of makeup, is the Peter Thomas Roth Instant Mineral Broad Spectrum SPF 45 Sunscreen. It is a translucent brush-on powder. So it comes in this whole situation here where you just take off the lid, and then I'm going to see if I can demo here. Do you see that? Yeah, I think you can see that. I'm wasting it, so I'm not going to do it anymore. But you just brush this sunscreen on, which is awesome. And then, let me see. You pull this down to close. Pull here. that pushes the brushing, and then you put this on and you close it back up. You don't twist that though, it has specific directions for you. But I love how light this feels on my skin. I gave this a risky test by just putting on my makeup, and then I dusted this over the top. This was in Wisconsin. We were outside the whole day. No sunburn, nothing. So if you don't like sunblock, or you just want to add in a little extra layer that's totally translucent and works, this is going to be your best friend. All right, let's get into some skincare. I've been dealing with a little bit of breaking out, and whenever I travel, my skin is just like, we hate you for traveling. We're going to totally get jacked up. So that's what it did. So I tried to counteract it by trying some new cleansers. I don't typically use a cleanser on the regular. I've just been using a Pond's wet cleansing towelette or whatever for 15, 16 years. That's what I use to take off my makeup and wash my face. Other than using like an exfoliator or a mask, it didn't have a cleanser that I'm like, morning and night, this is what I'm using. But I'm looking for one because I think I should use one. My pores are really clogged, so I want to find a cleanser that I really love. I grabbed this. These were all Sephora sample checkout area. This is the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Oil. I first used this by taking off my eye makeup with like the Pond's wipe and then wetting my face and applying this. And I thought, this is good, I like it. Then I read the directions, and you're just supposed to put this oil right on top of your makeup to kind of dissolve it away. I used it the way it says to be used. I didn't like it as much. So I found that wetting my face first and taking off like the hard eyeliner mascara and then using this was a good way to make it work effectively for me. It's good. It's not like, wow, my skin feels great. But I did like that my skin did not feel squeaky clean and sucked of moisture. So, good. I liked it. Is it like the best ever? I can't say that yet, but I also haven't been using it all that long. What I like better is the Basha Detoxifying Black Cleanser. So this one and this one both have warming effects, which I really like. So this is a black cleanser. It's let me see, a warming gel cleanser that deeply cleans. I think it has some charcoal in it, right? It's detoxifying. It has to have some kind of charcoal in it, I think. Don't quote me on that. So this is for morning and evening use. It does remove makeup. Yep. Dissolves pore clogging impurities, oil, and makeup as it refines skin texture, brightens skin clarity, minimizes the look of pores over time. So I haven't used this as like a makeup remover. I used it as a cleanser. So I would just remove my makeup, as kind of that first step of cleansing, and then use this as a cleanser. I love this one. If between this one and the Clinique, someone was like, pick one, I'm throwing the other one in the trash can, I would say, save the black one. I really like this cleanser. It's also warming, which is kind of a cool feeling. Another warming exfoliator that I love, and I'm almost out of, is this one by Ole Henriksen. It's the Pore Balance Facial Sauna Scrub. It's great. I have been looking for an exfoliator that I can say, this is a great exfoliator, for a long time. I tried a couple that didn't blow me away, but this one really blew me away. It's also warming. You can feel the grit in it, so it can really get off my dry skin areas without feeling like I'm roughing my skin texture up too much. I love it. I'm almost out. I can just tell. So I will certainly be repurchasing this when I need a full size. The other skincare product I tried was by Charlotte Tilbury. It is the Goddess Skin Clay Mask. I expected this to dry and feel tight on the skin, and it didn't, which I was really pleased at. I used it in the evening. I want to try using it in the morning and just see how my skin looks during the day after I use it that morning. But I loved how clean and hydrated my skin felt when I took it off. It was a great feeling. I thought, oh man, you can tell that's a good quality mask. I can't say it did anything like particularly amazing, but if you're looking for a mask that does a lot of things, it lifts, brightens, tightens pores. It definitely, I felt like, cleaned my skin to where I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I looked in the mirror and thought, my skin looks brighter. I really thought that. I've used the Clinique Brightening Moisture Mask, which made my skin like so hydrated and glowy. It was incredible. That was a mask where I could really see before and after. Holy cow. I need to use this a little bit more, but so far I've been really pleased with it. I only have one makeup product to talk about today other than that lip liner, and it's the Tarte Clay Play Palette. I was at Sephora buying all these stinking samples behind me, and I saw this in the distance and was like, what is that? It was open, like this sitting on the shelf, and I was like, those colors look beautiful. I have to know more. And I walked over to it and was like, it's Tarte. If it's Tarte, I love it already. I love everything Tarte does. And then when I got up close and saw these perfect neutral brown colors, I'm like, I have to have that. I don't need it. I have to have it. I'll review it. I have to have it. So it's wonderful. It has 3 different contour shades and then 3 different like groupings of eyeshadows, but you can mix them all together. I've been loving this contour shade for my face. I've even used this as a crease color in my eye. I've used every color except this one just because this one's a touch warm for my skin, but I could maybe get away with it in the wintertime. But everything's so beautiful. The lighter shades are good on the brow bone, on the inner corner of your eye. So much good with this palette. If you need a face, if it had a blush color, like from the Tarte Nudes collection, over the top. Perfect. But it's all these just brown shades, which is great. But like if I'm traveling again, it's this, a blush, my other like mascara. I just use this as eyeliner. I wouldn't need much more than that. Foundation, concealer, lip. That's pretty much it. But this palette does everything and gives you options. It also has a magnetic close, which is strong, so you don't have to worry about it coming open in your bag or anything. But it's great. I didn't need another palette. I didn't need this, but I'm so glad I have it. Okay, apparently I had a lot to say. Sorry, this was a little bit longer than usual. I will be back in August, the end of August, with another monthly beauty favorites. If you like this kind of thing where it's just kind of candid, giving reviews of things that I've been loving, you can go to my YouTube channel if you're watching this on the blog and find other beauty favorites videos there. And if you're watching this on YouTube, go over to the blog post because you'll find links to all these products over there, and then I'll direct you to that other blog post I mentioned about that Smashbox foundation.